Move over, clean girl, because 2026 is in the house. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. 2026 is coming with fun, bold, expressive colors, more makeup, matte skin, eyeshadow looks are coming back. We've got blurred lips, we've just got expressive maximalism, which really speaks to my heart. Due to so many different factors and so many wonderful artists, we are really seeing an explosion of expression, and I cannot wait to share these with you. I've packed in as many 2026 trends as I can find that have been predicted, and I tried to make it the easiest for you to incorporate into your everyday looks or just transition a little bit in case you're looking to spice up your look, because that's what 2026 is for. So without further ado, let's get on into it. Okay, so the first few trends we're going to talk about are all about the eyes today and what we're going to be seeing for 2026 and the coming year. I love all the trends going on. We are going to see things like bright white eyeshadow, pops of blue, soft grunge, and also clean liner. We're really leaning into those cool tones this year, especially with soft grunge. So I'm going to do a very barely there, almost cool toned smoky eye to start out with. The first thing I'm going to do is try the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Haze Palette. This is such a beautiful, cool toned, gorgeous, well laid out basics and neutrals palette. It's got everything we need to work with today. Taking a fluffy brush, I'm just going to take the first two right here. Pop these right in the crease, just for some barely there soft definition. Going into my favorite cool toned palette ever. This is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette, and this is the cool toned version. And so I'm going to take a little bit of this lighter pink shade here and even mix it with this neutral and go right over top. Then what I'm going to do on a smaller brush is I'm going to dip into a little bit of this blue toned gray right here, and then a little bit of this beautiful navy blue right here on a mini brush from the Anastasia palette, and just place that all in the outer corner of the lid. This is going to help us tie in another trend I've been seeing for the year of 2026, which is pops of blue. How fun is that? We're getting back to the 80s. Tying in yet another trend we are going to be seeing for 2026 is monochromatic makeup. So I am going to make sure that this actually has the same tones as my blush and my lipstick are going to. So I'm going to take a little bit of a mauve color and place that right on the outer bits right here. Going in with one of the Fenty Kilowatt foils, and this is in the shade Sandcastle and Minted Mojito. Look how pretty this is. I'm going to take this beautiful blue shade right here, and I'm just going to place this all over my lid. So fun, so beautiful, right? Now to top that off, because I just think this is one of the most stunning eyeshadow colors I have ever tried ever. This is from the new and limited edition Danessa Myricks Lightworks Volume 7 palette. And I'm going to take this beautiful blue monochrome, I like to call it like Elsa from Frozen color, just barely. And I'm going to pop this right here in the center and bring it into the inner corner. So much fun. One more trend we're going to be seeing for 2026 is no longer nice brown smoky eyes. We're really stepping away from that clean girl look, and I think eyeshadows are going to have their moment again, and I'm so excited because I just love eyeshadow so much. I've always been over blushed, over eyeshadowed, sparkly eyes. I just feel like 2026 is going to be a makeup lover's year of makeup. So if you are the same as me, drop a like down below because I'm so excited. But another thing we're going to be seeing that is coming back is clean eyeliner, which means a clean wing. Usually this would be done without eyeshadow, but I'm going to incorporate it into today's look. This is going to be just a really beautiful dramatic wing for us. So I'm going to dip into the black in this palette here because it is one of the most pigmented deep blacks I have ever used in an eyeshadow. Perfect for faking a really nice clean liquid liner, because I even struggle with liquid liner. Shadows are so much easier to work with, but this one really holds its pigment. A nice crisp wing. Now we're just going to curl our lashes and put on some mascara. Okay, I just popped on a little bit of mascara and some outer corner lashes, and we are ready to roll into our skin trends. So, the skin trend that I'm seeing for 2026 is satin skin, and this one is so beautiful, I think, because it's the most flattering for all skin types and all skin textures. You could think of it as a mix between like a matte and a glowy base. It really just gives realistic skin, not flat, not overly dewy like you just put on your skincare, but just beautiful skin. And so I'm going to go in with the iconic London Underglow Primer. This is the perfect primer for this trend because this is like the magical mixture between glowy yet somehow pore minimizing. I don't know how this smooths out my skin and makes your skin glowy at the same time. It's so beautiful. It feels wonderful on the skin. It's very thin as well. And it just kind of gives your skin so much life without actually making it so overly wet or so overly one product or another. It just sort of smooths everything out. It's such a great pickup. I love that. And I've been loving it all throughout the year of 2025. So that product is coming with me in 2026. Then for my perfect satin base, I'm going to go in with the Dior Forever. This is their Skin Perfect Skin Tint, and I have mine in the shade 1N. And I'm going to go ahead and swipe this all over my skin. This gives a beautiful, in my opinion, satin finish, especially if you don't put on too glowy of a primer underneath. This is an absolutely stunning foundation. And then I'm also going to mix just a little bit of this with the REM Beauty foundation. This is also in the shade 1N. If you can't tell, there's a little bit of a theme going on. Just because I find my dry skin needs a liquid foundation whenever I'm using a stick, or it needs a lot of setting spray, and I don't want my skin to be too dewy. So, plus I just love this foundation. I recently tried so many REM Beauty. I recently tried so many REM Beauty products and I love them. I don't know why everyone is complaining about this brand. It's so good. It really is. It has some absolute gems in their line, and I actually think more people would enjoy them. And they're about middle tier price, so they're not as pricey as certainly anything luxury, Dior, Patrick Ta, anything like that. And I think their products are beautiful and kind of unique. That may be my hot take, but that's just me. I love every single one of their products I've tried so far. Okay, so my skin looks like skin. We don't look overly dewy. I haven't set with powder yet. My skin still catches the light, but it is a really gorgeous satin finish. So I'm gonna go in next with my Makeup by Mario sculpting stick, and this is in the shade Light. And I'm just going to kind of give some definition and bring this back into my face. Nothing too fancy. What I don't believe we are going to see much of in 2026 is super, super overly bronzed bronzer, unless you are going for like a bronzed goddess look. But for every day, I think sculpting is going to come in a lot more with a lot of the other trends that we're seeing because they go so well together and pair so well. It is going to be like 2016 with all of the amazing upgrades that we've had in the last 10 years in terms of formula and brushes and everything like that. Speaking of which, I love these brushes from Patrick Ta. They are so, so incredible. I truly cannot stop using them. And I wish I didn't have to say that because I love my BK Beauty brushes so much, and I love my Morphe brushes so much, but there's a few of these in his line that are just, they're so good, and I love that they're dual-ended, and I usually don't like a dual-ended brush. Thank God blush is not going anywhere for 2026. And so I've got a few monochromatic looks that I'm going to do. And that is the next trend we're going to see is monochromatic blush that is overly structured so that it actually gives the structure to your face in your blush. And it's very cohesive with your eye makeup and your lips and everything. So I'm going to go in with two shades from Huda Beauty. These are her blush filters, and these are in the shade Cotton Candy and Strawberry Cream. I love these, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the outer sort of temples of my cheeks right here. And then I'm going to put her more neutral, beautiful, it's like a neutral bubblegum pink, which I love. And I love mixing these two shades together. I'm going to take that on my BK Beauty 109 brush and just start to blend this out. I'm going to take that a little bit up on my temples here. I am so excited for 2026. I am going to do a whole breakdown of 2016 versus 2026 makeup. I think that is going to be so much fun for us to reflect on. And let me know in the comments down below if you want to see whether I want to do 2016 application with 2026 products, see where we're upgraded, or do half and half and see what's the difference. What would we do differently now? So I'm so excited, but it's kind of funny that we're kind of coming full circle. Okay, I'm just going to go in and apply a quick small amount of concealer. I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly set my face with some powder. I am using the Kosas Cloud Set Powder, and this is in the pink shade. And this is going to kind of give and keep that satin finish that we were talking about, because this is not the most matte setting powder, but it really does a good job of locking in your makeup. And so as my oils come through throughout the day, it gives that really beautiful skin-like satin finish that I love so much. And it's not too heavy of a powder, so we're not really locking in our makeup with like a really matte powder. This is always a good guy for that I grab. I'm just going to take my L'Oreal bronzer and I'm just going to lightly just go over the places where we bronze. This is such a nice, again, sort of like satin finish. Another really gorgeous option for you if you want to go ahead and invest in actually a setting powder, so that no matter what foundation you have or what matte powder you have, or you just want to bring that satin finish to your skin, instead of buying a separate satin bronzer and a separate satin blush and all of that good stuff, you actually just need to go and grab a setting powder. Morphe has a beautiful one from the drugstore, and Hourglass is famous for theirs, but I'm going to take the one size because when I tell you I see such a magnificent difference in my skin, setting powders are one of those things that it shows up better in person, but oh my goodness, when I glide this over my skin, I can just see ever so slightly there's just this light and this bounce to my skin that doesn't happen over here until I put on this powder. So I will go ahead and dust the powder like this, and then you can see how it doesn't look like you have highlighter on, but your skin looks alive. And also, if you want another option from the drugstore, I think that e.l.f. has another glowy one as well in their Halo Glow line. That one's pretty good. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to keep on monochromatic and on theme. And another thing we are seeing this year is multi-chromes and duochromes for cheeks and eyes. So I'm gonna go in with this palette right here from Huda Beauty, and I'm going to take this on just a big brush like this and ever so slightly dip into all of these colors right here. I know this looks incredibly intense, but I'm telling you, this actually is so buildable. If you really go in with a light hand, it's actually not as intimidating as it looks in the pan at all, which means it's so workable. It has such a nice matte finish, and the highlighter in here is what's really incredibly special, and it has the most beautiful duochrome pink look. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on our cheeks today. I love a duochrome pink cheek, I think more than I like duochrome eyes. And I know that's kind of odd because eyes are really the place you want to play with color. But when I have such fun cheeks and they catch the light in such different pink shifts, it makes me so happy. So first I'm going to take this little collection from REM Beauty. This is their I Come and Go by Bubble, and it's a beautiful chrome highlighter. They have a very similar shade in their permanent line, which is Fembot. And I'm going to take this on my finger here. This just gives the most beautiful base to your highlight. And I'm just going to tap that on the places where I naturally see the light hitting my skin. And then just to show you how fun the highlighter shade is in here, I'm going to take this one on a little bit more of a fluffier brush, which if you're using a highlighter that's a little bit intimidating, going in with a bigger, fluffier brush like this is actually going to diffuse it and not make it a big pink overdone stripe on your face. So I'm going to take it like this, tap off a little bit of the excess, and just very lightly sweep on the tops of my cheeks. I'm telling you, I love how that REM Beauty highlighter really just grabs onto the highlighter so beautifully and makes any topper just pop. Okay, for the last trend of 2026, we are actually seeing cool toned lips with all of these cool tone colors. So I'm going to go in with my favorite cool tone liner of all time. This is the very iconic Makeup Forever in Endless Cacao. This is their artist color pencil. And this is the most amazing, beautiful cool tone color. And I love overlining with this color specifically. And then the other trend we are going to be seeing is a blurred lips. This is so heavily influenced by especially K-beauty, which I think is such a gorgeous, beautiful trend. And I don't think glossy lips are going anywhere, but definitely matte skin and blurred skin, matte products, satin products, and also blurring lip products are making their way into the US market. So I'm going to take this is the Teddy Tint from Maybelline, and this is in the color Mascara Tear. And I am just going to go over the edges of this cool toned liner. Lastly, for the center of my lips, I'm going to go in with the NYX Smushy Matte Lip Balm, and this is in the shade Swipe Sesh. These are, oh my god. Okay, take two. These are actually so comfortable. They are so beautiful, and I love the shade range. My only complaint with these, or not a complaint, but a warning, these kind of have to be the last thing you put on your lips because they start to kind of pill when you start to layer on a bunch of glosses and things like that. So these are beautiful if you're going to wear them on their own, but they're not the best like layering friend with other people. You know what I'm saying? They don't play incredibly well with others, but for this look, they are perfect and they feel so good on your lips because they're like silicone and they fill everything in and they smell really good. They smell like sweet berry. It's really delicious. So I actually really like those. You just kind of have to make sure that they're your only lip product for that day, or the last one, I should say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun today. If you're so excited for 2026 as much as I am, leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know which trend you're most excited for. I think I'm so excited for eyeshadows to come back. I love how this look turned out. If you're not already, please consider subscribing so you can hang out with me in 2026. I would love to have you in my cozy corner of the internet. We love to live life more beautifully over here, and I will see you in the next one.